Peugeot 207, probably same as the Citroen C3. Lower wishbones, really have one out, and go do the other one, and take it along for a ride. Okay, we're going to remove this lower wishbone, and just thought I would film this one. I've already on the other side, as I said. There's it there, lying on the floor. So I've already disconnected this drop link here, and the reason why I did that is so we could get the anti-roll bar, you can just about see it there, up out of the way, so we could get that other one out, you know. So I've already done that. So okay, we'll make a start on the rest of it. Part of the secret of taking out these wishbones is you need to take this drive shaft out of the hub. You don't need to remove it completely, but you need to take it out of the hub to get it out of your way, because there's a bolt in there, which the head of which is directly underneath the shaft. So you need to be able to get the shaft out of the way. So first things first, I'm going to do, whiz this off, make sure the drive shaft is going to come out for us, you know, it's not stuck in the hub. Lovely. And we'll start to remove all our braking hardware. So, give that a wee dousing there. And, what size is that? Wrong socket. It's the right socket. It's 13mm. Just needs a bit of encouragement. There you go. Last time I was wrong, I wasn't there. Alright. Famous last words. So I'm just taking this off manually because these wee bolts here, not necessarily in these particular cars, but you know, these can snap on you. So I don't like to put any sort of impact tools on those wee boys there, you know, because they're pretty subject to all the road debris of the day. And there we go. And we'll just put it back in again. That's a wee habit I've got into, and that saves you having a whole loads of bolts lying about all over the floor, and you lost them, kick them about. Then we'll take off our caliper. Loosen the two of them first. Don't take that right out. Loosen the both first, and then take them completely out. Okay, bolts out. Give her a bit of a pull, just to compress the piston a wee bit, and get her hung up. Out of the way. And before we take our carrier off, we'll want to loosen these two. These are two Torx T30s, and these can be quite sticky sometimes. Quite stuck in. So we're going to stop the disc from rotating with a screwdriver, and using the old manual impact, not an electric impact or anything like that. You'll just ring it if you do it that. So. Not too bad then. Right, dispense a screwdriver. I'll take this carrier off. These are Torx T55s. Again, loosen the two of them before you take it right out, otherwise the carrier will move about on you. So loosen them manually. Again, with Torx, you don't want to go at it with any sort of impact tools, or they're either cordless or air, because you just if they're tight, it'll just bounce out of them and you end up ringing it. So Nice and controlled, constant pressure. And they're usually pretty tight. Oh, we'll use a bit of electric for speed. I think you're in the way there a wee bit. Well, that was surprising. The left one needed a good bit of persuading to get that off, but there we go. Okay, at this stage, I think we'll get the track rod end off. And just spin it. Great. That's our tightened down again. We'll give them threads a bit of a go on with our brush first. It's probably the nail lock in the nut is falling to bits and it's jamming that, but we'll get her. Yep. Well, this is already out, so it shouldn't take much. But I like to use a long shank hammer. You know, for these smaller sort of tie rods, you know, usually a couple of taps gets them. And just in case I miss, I'm going to put that nut on. I'm going to replace these two track rod heads anyway, but here we go. Gift. Now we're on this lower bolt, and it looks a bit crusty too, but yeah, we'll start it again manually with a ratchet and see if she's going to come. Again, don't want to snap it or anything like that. It's the nuts usually come off okay, but it's the bolt sometimes seizes in there in the knuckle there, you know. So it's a 16mm nut and a 17mm headed bolt, just to make it easy, you know. So might have to tap that on. It's getting a bit tight. So again, the spanner didn't move there because the bolt is seized a wee bit, but no big deals. I hope. to hammer that on. This might prove a wee bit tricky. Not much of that bolt head left. It's moving anyway. Right, get a bit of electric on it. Right, I'm gonna set up my assistant here. It's lying on the floor. Noisy, but effortless. So the drive shaft moved to the side. This bolt then will clear that. And we're gonna lift the drive shaft up. That's as far over as it'll go. But we're gonna lift it up out of the way to get that bolt out. So that's why you have to remove the drive shaft. Or not remove it, but separate it from the hub. So we'll have the strut and hub over to the left as much as it'll go, and the drive shaft over to the right as much as it'll go. And we need to take my little friend off there, make that chain arrangement off, and make that horizontal as we can. That has to sit without any downward force on it. So we'll have the wishbone now sitting nice and horizontal. It's just in its resting state. So okay, we'll buzz the two nuts off at the bottom. Okay, so that's both bolts out. You just have to lift the drive shaft up out of your way like that. Well, you could cable tie it to the shaft. I didn't do that, but or cable tie it to the strut if you wanted to. Out of your way. Just move everything out of the way. And there's our wishbone. And there's our track rod end. Okay, something we've just found out. Whenever you're manoeuvring this drive shaft about, you're probably better cable tying it up out of your way and not pulling it around the place, because it is very easy for that shaft to pull out of the gearbox and you lose gearbox oil. So we're going to have to top a gearbox up, but oh well, no big deal. Not to worry. So that's fine. So I think what I'll do at this juncture is I'll just tie that up. Tie that up there for the installation of the new one. So installations, reversal, removal, and we'll just have a wee look at this wishbone that we took out. These wishbones are being removed for noisy ball joints. Now the ball joints in these are riveted, so you can buy the ball joints separately, grind those rivets off and bolt new ones in. And to be quite honest with you, it's not worth the hassle. Just buy the whole wishbone. Honestly, I've done it before on different cars that have riveted ball joints. It's honestly not worth the hassle. It's not that much more expensive to buy a whole wishbone, you know. So labor cost versus time versus money versus the additional cost of the part, and you get a brand new part, new bushings and everything. It's not worth the hassle. If these were just bolted on, you could bolt it on and off. You wouldn't have to take this wishbone out, and you know, I don't think you'll grind them off when it's on the car. You'll really struggle, and you risk doing damage to other components and stuff, irreparable damage. So, okay, I think that's it. As I said, installations, reversal, removal. The secret of this is you have that wishbone horizontal all the time. Look at the state of me. Horizontal all the time. I think the drive shaft boots have been leaking in this, and there's been grease all over it. So it needs a good clean up. We're gonna have to get some gear oil to top a gearbox up, but that's no big deal. That's not an issue really. You know, that doesn't usually happen. You know, they don't usually come out that easy. You know, I didn't really pull on it. I was just moving it about. So anyway, there you go. That's another one. So hope you get something out of it. Many thanks for watching. All the best. Bye bye.